À tous. Yes, we're approaching the end of the pool phase of the competition. Now it's time to consider, I suppose, what happens next. For instance, in the quarter-final, there is a possibility that France could find itself face-to-face with Scotland. Scotland, of course, a country of great rugby tradition and other traditions besides.
Scottish supporters say they're ready for some more good matches, but do not expect to see the Webb Ellis Cup come back to the Highlands.
I think we'll get to the quarterfinals and then we'll blow out.
Theirs is the team that has always made it to the quarterfinals, and 3 times out of 5 the Scots have been knocked out by New Zealand. In 1991, Scotland's best performance, they got to the semi-finals before being beaten by England. They then lost 3rd place to the All Blacks. For 20 out of the 30 on the Scottish team, this is their first ever World Cup. On their pool opener, they beat debut team Portugal, but the win did not come without a fight. Alan Jacobson, who won 22 caps for Scotland, was brought off with a torn calf muscle and is now out for the rest of the tournament. Next up to face the Scots is Romania. Then, still on their home turf in Murrayfield, they will have to meet their jinx competitors, New Zealand, a team they have never beaten, but they remain confident.
I think we've every reason to be confident. We've prepared extremely well. We've got the first hurdle out of the way and bring it on.
For the Scots, their game against Italy is being seen as pivotal to their World Cup chances. Italy has never made it to the knockout stages, and Scotland have yet to fail to do so.
Now, for fans of Scottish rugby like my friend Steve here, there's only one real braveheart. It's Gavin Hastings. He's still the record holder for points scored in all the World Cups, and he says Scotland are really capable of going further.
I thought you were going to talk about the soccer the other night. What a magnificent victory for the Scots team against French in the Parc des Princes. But going back to the rugby, I mean, we've got a big game in 2 weeks' time against Italy down in Saint-Étienne, and I think it's going to be fantastic. You know, clearly I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed that Scotland are going to do it. I think they will. I think that the preparation has all been about beating Italy on this particular occasion. I think, you know, New Zealand have still got some incredibly tough games to play, and I just wonder that they might get undone by not having some tough games in the pool stages, because I'm not convinced that Scotland are going to give them the toughest game that they've ever faced in their life, and then they're effectively going to go into a quarter-final pretty cold. You know, if New Zealand were to ultimately prevail, they'll have deserved to have done so, because they are a great side, and you know, I think that they'll be looking forward to getting down to the business end of this World Cup.
Now, Scotland find themselves face-to-face with Romania later today. Romania, a team that's taken on a typically French style of playing. Why do we say that? Well, just listen to them in training.
A team huddle in Romanian, but training carries more than a hint of je ne sais quoi.
Well, I guess the Romanian team are playing at home because of the 30-man squad. 16 play professionally for French clubs. French is spoken in training because we have 3 French coaches, and just like me, they're not very good at Romanian. Even those who don't play in France, most of them have studied French at school and managed to understand us.
En France, la plupart ont appris le français à l'école et arrivent à nous comprendre.
Romania have a proud record of appearing in every World Cup, but the standard of rugby in the country has declined. Other teams have greater backup and resources, as captain Soren Sokol, a naturalised Frenchman, is quick to acknowledge.
Well, 20 years ago, Romanian rugby was at the same level as French rugby. Why? Because it was an amateur sport. Players had jobs and played rugby just for fun in France and in Romania. But in the last 15 years, French rugby has evolved greatly and become professional.
A swift exit from the tournament is a foregone conclusion. The draw leaves the Romanians in deep trouble. Their aim is to win 2 matches at a World Cup for the first time in their history.
Scotland versus Romania later today. Don't forget, of course, we've got our rugby blog, which is on FRANCE24-EN-Rugby-September. I wish you a good game. Enjoy the rugby and, of course, enjoy the celebrations afterwards, whatever happens. See you tomorrow.